Miss America is really...
She looks all right.
Not the one from last year, but the new Miss America.
Well, that's the one I missed.
Money in the bank. Hi, I'm Dave Letterman, and we're here at the Host International Dining Room at the International Arrivals Building at Kennedy International Airport. And by the way, I think if I say the word international one more time, I get some kind of a trophy. Here's the deal. A couple of months ago, we thought it would be fun to do our show on a Friday before a vacation from the airport, and then right after the show, I would get on a plane and go off on some wildly romantic, exotic vacation. But it turned out that my travel plans fell through. And when they fell through, it was really too late to cancel the airport and the crew and so on and so forth. So we're stuck doing the show here at the airport, and we have really no reason to be here. I can tell you that Kennedy Airport was named for the actor George Kennedy for all the fine work he did in the movies Airport and Airport 77. So I hope you join us for tonight's show.
Sorry.
What the hell are you doing? You fill it up and then you drink it? Is that what happened? You know, even when I don't fly, I get a little nervous. Thank you very much.
From the International Arrivals Building at John F. Kennedy Airport, a much nicer place than the International Arrivals Building at Dan Quayle Airport. It's Late Night with David Letterman. Tonight at Sajak, people with large vegetables, and musician Rodney Crowell, plus Paul Schaefer and the world's most dangerous band. And now, a man who will actually be broadcasting tonight at the speed of sound, David Letterman.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. You know, so far, it looks like almost any talk show I've ever seen in Chicago. For some reason, it looks like a Chicago talk show. We're at the airport tonight, and we don't really need to be here, but we're having plenty of fun so far. This was kind of ugly, Paul. Did you see this earlier? Security jumped a passenger and wrestled him to the ground and took him away. He's been arrested. It's unfortunate, yeah. He apparently had tried to pre-board a flight attendant. And look, if you look out back here, this is actually an active jetway back there. These are international flights coming in from all over the globe. Is that right, Paul?
Absolutely, all over the globe.
And off in the distance, there's a plane landing over there in the distance. And on the other side of that, can you see the control tower? That's pretty interesting over there. Wait a minute. That's odd. Do you see that fellow? It looks like it's a couple of guys slow dancing up there. Well, I suppose. You kids, get away from there! This is just an example of the kind of fun you'll be having for the next 60 minutes here on the show. So actually an active restaurant, an active jetway, and an active restaurant. Paul, did you see the World Series last night?
Yeah, I saw the end of it, yeah.
The Dodgers, of course, won, and I enjoyed the series a great deal. Let me ask you this. Did you notice this? At the very end, it's Vin Scully and Joe Garagiola, and they're wrapping things up. And they're very close. Their heads are very close together. And just before they rolled the credits, it looked to me like Vin reached over and kissed Joe on the forehead. Did you notice that?
It looked something like that to me. I was afraid. I blocked it out, though. I didn't want to think about it too much.
You were actually frightened.
I was frightened by that moment.
Every talk show I've ever seen in Chicago.
That's right.
Let's try this.
Hysterical.
That's going to cost you a little something.
Yeah, we're at the airport. It's Friday night. Anything we ought to discuss before we leap into our viewer mail? Oh, I have a stack here of airplane jokes if you want to hear any more.
Yeah, well, you may need them.
You know what I found out? If you're a frequent flyer, most airlines will let you come out and sleep in an empty plane overnight. Save that one. It's a little like playing canasta here tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, what a week. No, we don't want to do that one either.
Discard that one.
I have one right here. Interesting statistic. Every 12 minutes, a passenger on a commercial aircraft says to a flight attendant, "You call this crap coffee?" I may be doing a talk show in Chicago. Just by watching this show, you actually are entitled to 500 frequent flyer miles. I've just about got gin here, Paul.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come back to those. We have a giant stack of airport jokes right here. And it's also, do a top 10. We have a wonderful program. Do we know who's on the show tonight? Pat Sajak is here.
Absolutely.
That's
terrific.
interesting.
The restaurant loves it.
They're being held by immigration officials. It's not actually an audience. They were just detained downstairs coming through customs, and here they are. It's interesting. Pat, of course, is the host of Wheel of Fortune, and in January, he'll have his own talk show. And then we'll get to laugh at his foolish attempts like this. And we'll see how well Pat can do. Not a minute too soon.
Who else? Who else we got?
Oh, also people with giant vegetables.
That's good.
On the program. And Rodney Crowell with the band, Paul Schaefer in the band.
Absolutely.
So that'll be coming up on the program tonight. Let's do our top 10 list. We're from an actual airport, ladies and gentlemen. Kennedy, the International Arrivals Building here. And behind me we have a Swiss Air 747. Be taking off soon. You want to know where that's going, Paul?
Yeah.
I had that data right here.
Yeah.
It's at gate 25. It's a 747, and it'll be leaving for Zurich.
What time?
6 o'clock. Be leaving for Zurich.
Oh, so.
We could run down there and try.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, God. You know, I could have taken over my dad's business. Here we go. From the home office in Lincoln, Nebraska, top 10 reasons we're here. Top 10 reasons we're here. Number 10, we just like the smell of jet fuel. Number 9, had a sudden craving for a $9 cup of coffee. Number 8, I'm thinking of buying Lufthansa. Yeah, they have some Lufthansa planes out there. Oh, look, Paul, there's a DC-10 arriving over there.
Oh.
Number 7, to disorient and frighten foreign visitors. Number 6, lady with giant squash insisted on it. Number 5, plan to make a mint driving Japanese tourists from here back to city. Number 4, to screw up air traffic control with our television signal. Number 3, if we don't, the Russians will. Number 2, hoping to catch a glimpse of the Miami sound machine when they get off the plane. And number 1, if you need a reason to do something pointless, then damn it, this isn't the America I know and love. Oh, this is fun. And we can tell you that this plane pulling in here, this Scandinavian DC-10, where do you think that's coming from, Paul?
Probably somewhere in Scandinavia.
Oslo.
Wild guess. Oslo, Sweden.
Just arriving from Oslo, and I can also tell you this, they're a little bit late.
Ah.
Yeah, they're a little bit late, but there they are. Well, that's a handsome-looking aircraft, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Now what do we do? Oh, look at all this paperwork. Why don't we just break for lunch and come back in a couple of minutes? Hi, how are you? Viewer mail. These are actual letters, of course, ladies and gentlemen, from actual viewers, and every Friday we take a few minutes to answer them. And because, of course, we care about you, the home viewer. I know it'd be tough to prove by this show, but we do. Letter number 1. Thanks, Ed. Dear Dave, I think the crew is frightened. Don't you get a sense of real trepidation on their part?
There is an exciting air in the air.
I'm not sure exciting is the word I would have selected.
What would you say?
Just dread.
Ah.
Dread tinged with embarrassment and people wondering now, how are we getting back to the city?
There's a gal over there. Look, there's a gal over there embarrassed. She's blushing.
It's all right.
She's embarrassed for us, I think.
Dear Dave, letter number 1 begins, as a shareholder of General Electric, I figure I own part of you. Which part is it? Cordially, Sean Alberts, Blacksburg, Virginia. Well, that depends, Sean. Are you a really, really big shareholder? The folks from Oslo certainly enjoyed that. Geez, we could have knocked small planes out of the air with this thing. Is that all the time we have?
Yeah.
Letter number 2. Dear Dave, last Friday, this is a rather lengthy missive, I received an envelope from NBC containing 2 tickets to your October 11th show. I put the tickets in the breast pocket of my shirt and began making plans to be in New York on the 11th. In all of the excitement, I forgot that the tickets were in the shirt pocket, and well, to make a long story short, too late for that now. The next day, I found tiny pieces of wet gray paper lining the inside of my washing machine. I was wondering if you could use your pool at the station to get me 2 tickets to an upcoming show sometime in the near future. Your loyal fan, Barbara J. Sander, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is a very nice letter, isn't it, Paul? You know, Barbara, we were actually all quite touched by your letter, and so not only are we going to send you 2 more tickets to the show, we have them right here, we're also going to send you 2 tickets to the hit Broadway play Phantom of the Opera. We have those tickets right there. But that's not all. We're also going to send along, did you see those? Like it'll help the joke. There you go. We're also going to send along this official late-night baseball jacket, and you're in real luck. It's been autographed by Paul and myself, and I hope these things help you feel better about turning those tickets we sent you into pulp. Al, do me a favor and just mail this stuff off to Barbara. I think the address is on the bottom of the letter there. Just send these off to her, if you will. Al?
Gee, I'm sorry, Dave. I thought you were done with this. I had to clean up this coffee that went down here.
I see. So the whole thing was for naught then, eh? Yeah, all right.
This is...
No, I'm not mad. Why don't you get a plane? Now I know how Uncle Floyd feels.
I knew this reminded me of something.
Yeah, sad but true. It is. It's the Uncle Floyd show. Where were we? Letter number which?
3.
3? Really? We're only up to 3? Dear Dave, I have been perplexed with this question for some time now. If you were to reduce a photograph down to a dot on a Xerox machine and then enlarge it back up to its original size, would it be the same as when you started? A concerned fan, David Archer, University of Arkansas. You know, we too have been perplexed by the same question, so earlier today we gave it a try. The results were startling. Let me show you what we found out. First of all, here... this is the series of photographs we used. There they are, normal size. And then we reduced them down to a smaller size. And then from that, we took them all the way down to a much smaller size. Those are just the dots. That's as small as we could get them. Then we started to blow them up again. And here we are, a little bit bigger. Now, this is the coming up procedure. This is the other side of it. And then finally, when they were back to full size, look what happened. We were stunned. It's a remarkable phenomenon. We don't know why or how it happens. We only know not to do it ever again. That could apply to many things tonight.
Light recorder.
Oh, look, somebody's climbing out. Oh, this is exciting. There you go. What is that, Paul? Is that it's a Delta? 767. There they go. I know. We thought it was peaceful last night. Dear Dave, is Morty your best friend? A letter here talking about our producer, Robert Morton. If not, can I be his best friend? Because he looks like he would be a cool guy to pal around with. Sincerely, Willie Worley, Eldina, Illinois. He had a movie about Willie Worley and the chocolate factory a couple of years ago. Yeah, very popular with the youngsters. Well, you know, our producer, Robert Morton, is actually a very dear friend of mine, and the reason is quite simply, he happens to be the funniest person I have ever known. He's always doing something that makes me laugh or something that just makes me smile. Oh, there.
Dave, look at me now. I'm a pilot.
Oh, no.
Hi, Dave.
No.
I'm a
Look at this
pilot.
guy. No, please.
Oh,
Morton,
wait,
stop
look,
it. No.
It's my co-pilot. Landing gear down. Roger. It's all right.
Oh, my God. Morty. Morty, stop.
Oh, okay, Dave.
No, oh, geez,
Sure thing,
gosh,
Dave.
that's unbelievable. Thank you very much.
Okay, Dave.
That really cheered me up. We have to go on with the show now.
You think he's onto our plan?
Are you kidding? That fool was in hysterics. He loves and trusts you like a brother. It's just a matter of time. And then I will be the new host of Late Night.
I think Uncle Floyd actually used.
Yeah.
Oh, they're getting close, aren't they? Well, I think it's the storm. They're all in a holding pattern here above the airfield. Letter number, oh God, please let it be 5. Letter number 5. Dear Dave, what's the deal with the Neanderthal forehead? A loyal viewer, Rick King, Carbondale, Illinois. Geez, Paul, Rick King wants to know, what is the deal with the Neanderthal forehead?
What's the deal?
Yeah.
We've got 2.8% financing and $500 back on all 1988 foreheads. We're clearing out the 88s to make room for the 89s. Buy one Neanderthal forehead, I'll throw in a Cro-Magnon absolutely free. So come on down to Paul Schaefer's Neanderthal Forehead City for the Neanderthal forehead deal of a lifetime.
You'll be glad you did.
Thanks, Paul. Nice job. I should take the week off. Is that it?
My plane.
Very nice. We have to go downstairs and look for our luggage. We'll be right back here in a couple of minutes with Pat Sajak. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to you from the Host International Restaurant at the International Arrivals Building at the John F. Kennedy International Airport. And we're behind us, you can actually see planes internationally bound at destinations on the other side of the Atlantic. These people are loading onto these airplanes and flying all night over to Europe. It's very exciting, don't you think, Paul?
Absolutely. By the way, Bel Air Airlines seems to be boarding right now.
And they're on their way to Zurich as well.
Zurich, yeah.
I don't think that's Bel Air, that's Bal Air.
Ah.
You know where they're from, Bal Air?
No.
I don't know either. Yeah. Alitalia, Iberia. And here at the International Arrivals Building, they have a dentist. Actually, a dentist at the airport. Let's go down and visit with the dentist, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't aware that you could have your teeth worked on while you're waiting for your luggage to be searched. This is somewhere downstairs. Airport dentist, right there. Paul, I remember when you were a kid, if you were really good, Mom would let you stay up on Tuesday late to watch Airport Dentist. I don't know. I think that was, you know, for my money, that was when a series was a series.
That was a series.
Yeah,
Airport
on NBC.
Dentist.
And
Yeah.
I guess here we have airport dentists right there. Hi, nice to see you. Can you folks hear me?
Yes.
Uh-huh. What kind of work do you have down there? What do people need after a long flight?
Well, it's usually what they need before the flight. Most times they have a toothache, they've broken a denture,
Yeah.
they have a problem where a filling fell out, so that these are the situations that we find most
I see.
often.
Anybody just come in for the gas?
I guess you and your crew, I guess, are here for. We have the tanks ready if you need it, David.
Okay. Well, get them up here as soon as you can. But has anybody ever come down with a problem after trying to bite open a container of airline peanuts?
No, usually it's the silver cans, the soda cans. Usually that's what we have a problem with.
All right. What is your name, sir?
I'm Dr. Traeger, and this is Dr. Savadio.
Well, nice to meet you folks, and perhaps one day I'll drive out to see you. Actually, my dentist is at the bus terminal, so that's usually where I go.
That shop and bed lady, right?
Hi, nice to see you.
Hey, David, come on down for a cleaning.
All right, I'll be down for a cleaning.
Okay.
Well, goodness.
David, is this the toothbrush that you
It
asked
certainly is. Now they're doing their own jokes down there in the dental lab. Thank you very much.
Okay, David.
Bye-bye. Okay. Airport dentist, ladies and gentlemen. This is sort of what it might feel like election night at the Dukakis campaign headquarters, don't you think? This kind of feeling right here. You know, ladies and gentlemen, our first guest is watched by every day of the week by some 42 million Americans. Every day of the week, 42 million Americans see this man work. Please welcome back to our program the host of the most successful game show in human history, the almost relentlessly genial Pat Sajak. Hi, Pat. Nice to see you.
It's an honor to be here today.
Yeah,
well,
pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much.
Let me dust this off for you.
I don't get to Chicago often enough.
I know. Isn't this what looks like some kind of like, hello, Chicago?
Mary
Welcome.
Fran
Yeah.
should come out and co-host with you.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Last time I saw you was, well, not quite a year ago, but in February at our big anniversary
That's right.
soiree.
Was that number 6? That was...
No. Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
It was number 6.
It was a fun. I appreciated being invited to the big party. You showed up, which was nice.
Well, I had a good time.
Yeah. I learned a couple of things at your party. Number
For example?
one, don't spend too much time at Wendell's table. That's always
sure,
good.
yeah, that goes without
It gets
saying.
ugly very fast there. And the other thing was I kept running into GE executives. I don't know if you know this, but occasionally you will poke a little fun at them. They like it.
Well,
they say, did you hear Dave called us a pinhead?
Yeah, I know. They thought that was great fun.
They really
well, yeah, it happened as soon as I
They're
got
nice
there. Two guys, Robert Wright, the guy running the TV deal, and then Jack Welch, who was like chairman of the board or something. And they were so excited, they were so happy, and of course they were drunk. But they said, oh, we just love it when you call us a pinhead. And I thought, well, that pretty much answers most of my questions.
But it was fun. It was fun.
How you been? You traveled this summer?
I did. I went to, speaking of international travel, I went to Russia. Yeah. I spent a couple of weeks in Moscow and Leningrad.
Was this just for pleasure, just for your own interest?
I had a little time off, and I thought that would be interesting. You know, the country's opening up a little bit, and it's a terrible place.
Really?
Yeah, they need to blacktop it and just start from scratch.
But when you say terrible, just as a place of vacation, or just terrible generally?
It's depressing. You know, it's a depressing life over there. You can be in a very crowded subway terminal, and there's not a peep out of anyone. They're just exhausted from standing in line all day. And the worst food I've ever had in a civilized country, and I don't just mean like my souffle didn't rise well enough. I mean, you know, what is this blue stuff next to the gristle? You know, that kind of bad. It was
so now, you would probably be going into what could be described as better restaurants, right?
Yeah, and we were going to the good stuff. Yeah. Also,
what would even be on the menu? What would you order?
There's no menu. They will give you a menu for form, but they don't have anything that's on that menu. They will basically tell you what they have that day, and it's usually a stack of bread and some gelatinous stuff, which I think is the Russian
hot gray goo.
Yeah, it's very tasty.
You were there 2 weeks?
2 weeks, and I'm not worried that they can hit us with a missile because they can't build a doorknob. I mean, it's nothing fits, nothing works. It was an odd.
Yeah.
Do I sound like I didn't like it there?
A little bit, but it's still in all. It sounds like you have interesting memories of the experience.
It was, and I'm very glad I went, and it was fascinating. And there are more political freedoms, but people are still standing in line for everything.
Do they have any idea who you are? Have those people seen Wheel of Fortune at any point?
No. They don't. They play Russian roulette. That's their big game over there. But no, I didn't see. No one recognized. Winsky something.
Yeah.
I forget the guy's name.
And you're back and getting ready for your show?
Yeah. I was, you know, this brings back warm memories of flying in Russia. Have you ever been on Aeroflot?
No, never flown Aeroflot. I've seen their planes.
Yeah.
I've never flown.
Yeah, it's terrible. First of all, they don't have, you know, gateways to get onto your plane. You get on a, you know, like a Jeep, and you go across the field and you march through a marsh. And you
crawl on your stomach a couple hundred yards into the concertina.
I swear. That's right.
Thank you.
You've been there. And do they sweeten this show? I'm just curious.
Oh, this one they'll have to.
Okay.
Sugar, saccharin, anything they can get their hands on.
So, tell me the production meeting process that led to that. Well, anyway.
I was sick that day.
So we're at the airfield, and absolutely bald tires on these planes.
Oh my God.
No safety speech by the alleged
steward. The flight attendants?
No.
Yeah.
And you put your bags like a bus. You stow them up on the top, and they have a few seat belts. You use them or you don't use them. It's just it's a frightening place. And again, I guess they put all their money into military, and they probably do well in that regard. But don't if someone says, do you want to go to Riviera or do you want to go to Leningrad? Take the Riviera.
Right. But don't you feel like, having done it, it was a valuable experience?
Yes. It was a people-to-people process.
Here's the flight schedule. We have to do a commercial, I guess, if we're still on the air, and we'll be back here with Mr. Sajak. See them taken off.
That's right. Very impressive.
Welcome back to welcome back to Noontime Chicago.
Is Kathy Lee off today?
She couldn't be here. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, how are things at Wheel of Fortune? Now you're leaving the show.
I'm leaving the daytime NBC
you're leaving
version.
the daytime,
yeah,
but you'll still do the syndicated.
We're doing. In fact, we're in town because next week we're doing 2 weeks of shows at Radio City Music Hall, and you've been there, and you know what a delightful place that is to do a television show.
Place. But now let me get this straight. You won't be on the daytime version,
right?
But you'll be on the syndicated version, which runs like at 7 or 7:30 in the evening. And then you'll also be doing your own show at CBS.
I'm just. It's going to be like an all-cable Sajak network.
So this will be quite hectic for you.
Yeah.
But now, who will take your place on the daytime show? I heard it was going to be Merv. Merv Griffin was coming back.
No. Merv owns the show.
I know he owns the show, but I swear to goodness, I actually heard he would be hosting the big wheel.
No, they keep auditioning people. They've run a lot of people through. They've done searches that will take the staff to San Francisco to find
the new host.
Yeah. And they've brought people in the studio to try out, and maybe you've read about a few of them that they've.
Do you know of any that they've tried?
Well, no, a lot of people who are known locally maybe wouldn't be known around the country. Jimmy Connors tried out. That's been in the press.
I find that hard to believe.
Well, I
mean, nothing against him, and I'm certain he could do a job of it eventually. But I don't know why that.
I think eventually is the key word here.
But I don't know why he would be on the list.
Well, I think Merv was playing tennis with him one day, and Jimmy said, Merv, I don't know, you want to go get a drink? And Merv said, I don't know, do you want to host a game show? And the rest happened.
Well, now this is what I heard. I heard that Merv was going to host it, and he went in. And he owns the show, and it's a very successful program. Yeah. And you've had a pretty good relationship with Merv.
Very good. He's been terrific.
And I heard that Merv was going to host it, and he went in to work around in the studio and got to spinning the wheel and actually collapsed. He exerted himself and collapsed, and they said no.
I wouldn't know about that, Dave.
Yeah. So anyway, now this show, the new show, is it too early to talk about it?
No, it's going on the air January 9th on CBS.
What time will it be, Pat?
In most parts of the country, 11:30.
11:30, and how long a show is it?
90 minutes.
90 minutes. So
do a little math on that.
Now let me figure this out. So that means you'll be right up against Johnny Carson on The Tonight Show.
Right.
And then a half hour of your show will be right up against...
Could you schedule a few more of these airport things? Just, LaGuardia would be good. LaGuardia is very good.
Just to help you get on your feet?
Yeah.
Go all over the eastern seaboard.
I won't be there January 9th. We're having a guest host, but January 10th.
You start the 10th.
Yeah,
now, what kind of a program is this going to be?
Well, it's going to be, a talk show. We'll have a place for me to sit and the guests to sit. And we'll
Glamorous prizes?
No, there's no prizes.
Are you sure?
Well, I'm not positive. It depends how it goes the first week. We may introduce lawn furniture into the show if we find we're getting a little weak. But hopefully through my charm and wit, we'll have an exciting and fun 90 minutes. But there's room for plenty of people. Don't you agree, Dave?
No, there isn't. There is not room for plenty of people. And I hope the show folds after a couple of months. But you'll get a huge buyout of your contract, and you'll get the property in Bel Air.
That'll be nice.
But seriously, this is the kind of thing you've wanted to do all your life,
vacation condo with Ross Schaefer.
Well, it'll be real interesting to see what happens there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and it's a great challenge, and it's great to be working at that network.
Yeah.
They've been very nice. NBC's been very nice to me.
Yeah. I'm about to tell you the words you've been waiting 10 minutes to hear. You may go now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pat. Good to see you. Okay. What are we doing, huh? So, station identification. We'll be back here from the airport right after this. An active jetway. Welcome back to the program, ladies and gentlemen. We're at the Host International Restaurant here at John F. Kennedy Airport. And in this half hour, we have people with giant vegetables from all over the state of New York. Enormous vegetables. Did you see any of these, Paul?
I haven't yet.
Really much bigger vegetables than you would ever imagine could be growing anywhere. Enormous vegetables.
And you got big vegetables on the show.
That's right, big vegetables tonight, and also musician Rodney Crowell.
Yes.
Who will be with you guys.
Actually playing in this little airport area here.
Let's talk about some of the planes that we have out there again. We have an airplane from Oslo.
Yes.
We have a Swiss airplane that came in from Zurich. We have a Lufthansa plane, a DC-10, that came in from Dusseldorf.
There it is over there.
Also, we have another DC-10 from Lufthansa Airlines. Where do you think that one came in from, Paul?
Oh, I don't know. Where would that have been?
Muncie, Indiana, oddly enough.
No, come on.
They service Frankfurt, New York, and the entire Midwest. So they just came in from Muncie. And, Bel Air, by the way, in answer to that question, it's a charter airlines out of Switzerland. That brought you right off the couch, didn't it? Woo! We're going to take a couple of minutes here to show you around this facility. This is the International Arrivals Building. at Kennedy Airport. Let's go downstairs now, Hal, if you can. Paul, do we have some music here? These are passengers mingling about, waiting to take off or waiting for people who are arriving from their trips. Here's an opportunity. This is what I like to do anytime I'm flying across the Atlantic. Load up on pretzels and ice cream. Boy. We have folks, you can actually watch TV. There's our own Larry Bud Melman. He's not going anywhere. He just enjoys it here. Hi, Larry. Can you hear me? Apparently he can. Hi, Larry. It's me, Dave. We used to do a show together.
Why?
He looks like he's suffering searing abdominal cramps. Maybe we should get someone down there.
Not Dave, I like it here.
Hello, Larry. It's me, Dave. Tall guy with the weird teeth. And apparently he can't hear us, but he's having the time of his life nonetheless. When in doubt, adjust your glasses. Oh, this is good. Can you see that sign? Come early, ladies and gentlemen, and take a tour of the Port Authority pictorial history. It's certainly well worth missing the flight for. There are some of the scenes right there. Hi, can you folks hear me at all? Nice to see you. How are you? This is also fun, one of these TV things. Try and get a guy to come out and hook you up to cable. People milling around. A lot of international intrigue. Many fugitives from justice from other lands. And over here to the right, I think we have the departure and arrival board. Look at this, Paul. And again, this represents the kind of traffic we're dealing with here today. Planes from all over the world, coming and going, the time, the gate number. Oddly enough, Joan Collins has one of these at her house. Did you know that, Paul? No, I didn't realize it either. What else do we have down there? There's some kind of, how do you do, sir? Can you hear me? Excuse me, sir. Pardon me. Can you hear me, sir? Hi, how are you? Can anyone hear me? They can't hear me. All right, this is not exactly sure what that is. Fell off a Continental jetliner earlier today, and they've been testing it. How do you do, sir? What is your name, please? May I have your name and your passport number? We'll just follow you to the dance, all right? Okay. Hi, excuse me, sir. Can you, pardon me. Hello, yes, right here. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
That's your problem.
Dave. What is your name, sir?
Oh, it's very terrible.
I don't hear a word he's saying.
I don't know what you say.
It's the jet lag, I think. All right.
No.
That's it? Okay. We have to break away here. We'll be back soon with people with their enormous vegetables, actually much larger than they need be. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Paul. Welcome back to the show. Paul, I have a correction to make on that Lufthansa flight from Muncie.
Yes?
It actually originates in Anderson, Indiana, stops in Muncie, and then on to Frankfurt.
I see. So it's a one-stopper, Midwest, on to Europe.
That's right.
Crazy.
You know, folks, if you're like me, no trip to the airport at harvest time is complete without seeing at least a few really big vegetables. So with that in mind, please say hello to our next guest, Joey Lazaro. Joey, which one of you gentlemen is Joey? Hi, Joey. Nice to see you. How are you? How old are you, Joey?
9.
9 years old, and where are you from?
Syracuse, New York.
Well, what a coincidence. It says that right across your shirt there. You're thinking to yourself, how does this guy do it? So, Joey, show me what you grew here.
This one.
What is that one there?
A beet.
That is a beet. Whoa. And how big is the beet?
20 pounds.
20 pounds, and this is a normal beet right there. How much does that weigh? No more than a few ounces, right?
Sure.
But this one is 20 pounds. And why did you grow a 20-pound beet?
Because my mother, she got sick of peeling these beets like this, so she asked my brother, Bill, to grow one big one and eat that one, so she don't have to do all the work with these kind of like this.
So she was tired of peeling the traditional size beet, and so now what you have here is a beet that you can peel once and use all year. Is that the reasoning behind this? Is there any way to get them that big?
Yeah.
Well, how did you do that?
Top secret.
It's top secret. Well, is it fertilizer? Is it genetics?
Yeah. Only thing I can tell you is I used horse poop.
Thank you very much. How would you like to be a guest on the new Pat Sajak show? Now, did you win anything for this?
No, it's just an exhibition.
An exhibition. And so if it turns out to be a popular category, it may be an actual competition next year? Well, good luck to you. Congratulations. Are you proud of this?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy eating beets?
No way.
You don't like eating beets? All right. Next we have Olga Balassi. Am I pronouncing your name right, Balassi?
Yeah.
Nice to see you. And you've also grown some very large vegetables, right?
You're right.
Where are you from, Olga?
From Binghamton, New York.
Binghamton, New York? Uh-huh. And have you been gardening all your life?
No.
Yeah.
No.
This is a new hobby for you?
Yeah, new hobby.
Okay, and show us what...
My husband too.
For you and your husband?
Yeah.
All right, show us what you've grown here.
It's a zucchini.
The zucchini right here.
Zucchini right
Oh,
here.
goodness.
Yeah.
Is this a record-breaking zucchini?
No, I have a bigger one.
You have a bigger zucchini?
Yeah, a bigger one. It's 69 and a half inch.
69 and a half inches long, the zucchini?
Yeah, then this is a 50 inch.
This is a 50-inch zucchini.
Yeah.
Those are the standard sizes, right?
Yeah.
You go into the store, you can get them in almost the 70-inch or the 50-inch. Oh, gosh. And what this, I guess, would be used principally in what? Casseroles?
Or you can make stuffing. You can make zucchini bread.
Zucchini bread, which you've made a little of there. Yeah. Now, when they get this big, are they okay to eat?
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't affect the taste?
No.
Uh-huh.
No.
And how did you get this one to grow so large?
A good soil.
Good soil?
Very good soil. Yeah.
Radiation?
Yeah. What? No.
Cesium 137, that kind of stuff?
Good soil, just all.
Now, were the zucchinis the biggest vegetables you've ever grown?
This one?
Well, any of them. This one or the...
No, I did. Yeah, well,
Yeah, okay. A lot of fun, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. Olga, thank you for being here. Next, we have Leonard Stelflu. Am I pronouncing your...
Stelflu.
Stelflu,
Nice to meet you,
see
David.
How are you? And where are you from, Leonard?
I'm from Rush, New York, which is south of Rochester, about 15 miles.
So all of you are from New York State?
Yes.
Yeah. And what did you grow?
Well, I have a 653 and a half pound squash, which is out in the kitchen because we couldn't get it in here.
I understand it's actually blocking traffic on a runway
it could
now.
be, and I have a little watermelon over there that weighs 135 and a half pounds.
Now say this to me again. It's 650-pound squash.
653 and a half.
653 and a half.
Right, and that's a new world record by 58 pounds.
Good Lord. And what exactly is a squash?
Well, they look like a very giant pumpkin, except they're green or gray.
And can you eat them?
The pumpkins that size are very good for making pumpkin pies, and we've never tried squash because this is my first year on growing squash that big.
But if you could make pies out of
to be good.
Out of the squash.
Right.
Now, I understand it's so big it's not here,
Yes,
right?
let's take a little trip to the
Are we
kitchen.
all going?
Yes.
Okay, we're all going. This will be exciting. Excuse me. Here, you just go ahead. Let me take your microphone there, Olga. Thank you. Come on, and there you go, like that. Okay, Olga. Don't worry, I don't think anybody's going to steal that, Olga. Oh, you got to take it with you? Okay, sure. Come on, we'll take it. Yeah. Have you ever been to an airport before? It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, I know the feeling. All right, we're going in. Do you understand? It's so large, this squash, that we couldn't actually have it out here. It's in here. No, we had to leave it in the kitchen, Paul.
Ah, I see.
Where is it? Where did Leonard go? Ah, here's the kitchen at the Host International Restaurant. Oh, my gosh and golly, look at this.
Well, this is the largest squash ever grown, David, by 58 pounds, and that there is part of the vine that it grew on.
Wow.
And there's the main root over there, and those
Yeah.
main roots will go at least 20 feet from the center of the plant.
Now, this was just growing in your backyard, or you
Well,
woke
I
up one
have-
morning and found it in the yard?
I
or-
have 3 acres that I have in pumpkins, about 1.5 acres in giant pumpkins and squash. I don't really intend to grow squash as much as pumpkins. I have 22 giant pumpkin plants and 2 squash plants.
Makes your little beet thing there look kind of anemic, doesn't it? And it weighs 653 pounds. Thank you, folks. Thank you very much. Nice meeting you, Olga.
All right.
Good luck to you.
Thank you, David.
We'll be back here with Rodney Crowell. It's all in the seeds, kids. Thank you very much. Welcome back to the program, ladies and gentlemen. 653 and a half pounds, Paul, that squash.
That squash weighed
53 and a half pounds.
So big you couldn't even bring it in here.
Couldn't even know. We had to leave it in the kitchen.
Leave it in the kitchen,
Yeah,
go
that's
out
right.
there to see
I
it.
understand they're building in it.
Really?
Making it into a room for the kids.
Getting an extension.
Our next guest is a talented writer and performer whose latest album is called Diamonds and Dirt. I have a copy of it right here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to this program, Rodney Crowell. Hi, Rodney. How are you? Nice to see you.
Well, the bus pulled away in a roaring black cloud. I stood in the road and, honey, I hollered right out loud. Hey, darling, I love you. Hey, bus driver, whoa, but you can't stop a woman when she's out of control. She's crazy, believe it. I told her so. And the boys at the bus stop just said, man, let her go. She's crazy, believe it. I told her so, but you can't stop a woman when she's out of control. So I punched out my truck on a telephone pole. Thought she never looked back. She just said, go, driver, go. I know I could have called her. I ran out of luck. She was long gone to luck in the time they cut me out of the truck. She's crazy, believe it. I told her so. And the boys at the bus stop just said, fool, let her go. She's crazy, believe it. I told her so. But you can't stop a woman when she's out of control. Yeah. Cause that old East Texas road, I throwed rocks at my truck, which had busted my nose. You add insult to injury, what do you get? You get a bus stop full of honkies that don't ever belong yet. She's crazy, believe it. I told her so. And the bus depot lady just said, hon, let her go. She's crazy, believe it. I told her so, but you can't stop a woman when she's out of control. No, you can't stop a woman when she's out of control.
There you go. Thanks, Paul. Sounded terrific. You, at any time in your career, did you ever work airports?
I worked Holiday Inn lounges.
Yeah.
This is close.
Very close to that.
Yeah.
Maybe not as nice. No, it's a lovely facility. And the album's doing well?
Doing real well.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice to see you again. Thank you for
Nice
being
to be
here. That's it, folks. We're done. And at this point, originally, I would go get on a plane and go somewhere, but that fell through. We're going to be off for a while. We'll see you in about a week. Thanks for being here. Good night, everybody. Thanks, Rod.